こんにちは、日本語コーチのチェロ先生です。Hello, welcome to another video, and today we're gonna look into the following video of the questions that we haven't done yet. Today we're doing 問題2, which would be the part 2, the second half of the question. So it would be question 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so let's move on to the first one. はい、じゃあFirst, let's listen to the conversation and please choose your answer. Okay? Let's go.
4番、
女の人と男の人が話しています。女の人はどのパソコンがいいと言っていますか？
これどう？
ノートパソコンがいい。学校に持っていけるから。
じゃあ、これは？
それ高くない？
ノートの方が高いんだよ、普通。
小さくて安いのないかな？あ、これかわいい。軽いし。
それ、安いし、小さいけど、パソコンとしてはどうかな？
そうなの？便利そうだけど。女の人はどのパソコンがいいと言っていますか？
はい、じゃあそうしましたら Let's check our answers. Okay, checking the script and some explanation. So first the scenario, the narration says 女の人と男の人が話しています。So 話しています。They are talking. 女の人, a woman, and 男の人, a man, right? So a man and a woman are talking. And then the important question is 女の人はどんなパソコンがいいと言っていますか？ So the woman, 女の人はどんなパソコン What kind of computer どんな What kind パソコン computer がいい that is good と言っていますか is saying. So which computer the woman is saying that is a good computer, right? And here just a fun fact, if you don't know yet, パソコン is the word in Japanese for computer. But this is actually a combination of two words, two katakana words that came also from English. So paso comes from the word pasonaru, which is personal, and con comes from the computer, which is computer, right? So pasocon basically is personal computer. Okay, so let's look at the script. The person A, who most likely is her husband, I would say, because they are using a very, normal Tamego, not polite language, right? He says, これどう? Meaning, probably これ pointing at some computer and saying どう? Like, how about this one, right? And then the woman says, ノートパソコンがいい. She prefers いいノートパソコン a laptop, right? Or a notebook. 学校に持っていけるから because から I can take it 持っていける to school 学校に right? So 持って is the verb 持つ to hold, right? To keep something. So 持つ持ちます持たない持って and 持っていく is to take it with you and go, right? But here is not 行く is 行けるIkeru is the form of the verb iku that means that you are possible to do something, capable of doing something. So in this case, motte ikeru means that you are able to take it with you, right? So it's a computer that you can take it with you. Can you really take a desktop to school with you? Not really, but a laptop? Yes, right? So that's why she's saying that a noto pasokon ga ii. She prefers a laptop because she can take it to school with her, right? And then the man says, じゃあ、これは? So probably じゃあ here means okay, so I got what you said, meaning a laptop is here. So how about this one? So probably this time he's pointing at a laptop, right? And then she says, それ高くない? Isn't that expensive? それ meaning that one isn't expensive, 高くない? And then he says, ノートの方が高いんだよ。普通, right? So he's saying basically, well, normally, futsu, or it's normal that if it is a laptop, it's going to be expensive, right? So here, nani nani no ho ga. No ho means in the direction of, right? So, the direct translation would be, in the direction of a laptop, it would be expensive. But basically saying, well, if we're looking for a laptop, it will be expensive normally, And she says, 小さくて安いのないかな? ないかな is like, don't they have, like, wouldn't they have a computer, which is here is not in the sentence, but a computer that is chisakute, small, and yasui, cheap, right? Remember that chisakute, the adjective is chisai, but the reason why we're using chisakute is because we're combining two adjectives, right? So chisakute, yasui, right? Nai kana? And then she says, oh, like, oh, kore kawaii, like this one is cute. So she just found something that maybe is chisakute and yasui ne. And so besides being kawaii, cute is also karui, karuishi. Karui means light, right? It's not heavy. It's a light computer, not a light laptop. And then the guy says, それ安いし、小さいけど、パソコンとしてはどうかな? So he's a little bit worried about how functional that small computer is, right? So he says, それ, that one is cheap, 安いし、小さいけど, it is small, but, けど、パソコンとして、as a computer として、as a computer, どうかな? So どうかな is when you are like, I'm not sure, like, when you are in doubt of something. So he's probably worried if the computer, that small computer, will be able to handle everything that she needs, in terms of memories and, like software, that kind of stuff. And then she says, そうなの? Like, really? 便利そうだけど、ね、便利 means convenient, right? So it's look like something, right? So in this case, it looks convenient, だけど. So she's a little bit, disappointed because she's like, oh, but it looks so convenient. Do you really think that it wouldn't be, a good computer or computer enough, right? And that was the conversation. So that means that the right answer would be number 1, okay? And you might have thought about number 3. Number 4, number 2 is out of the question because it's a desktop. Number 4 is quite big, right? So number 3 and number 1, but I think if you compare number 1 and number 3, the kawaii one, the cute one, would be number 1, right? So that would be your hint, the word kawaii. So let's listen to the conversation one more time before we move on.
4番、
女の人と男の人が話しています。女の人はどのパソコンがいいと言っていますか？
これどう？
ノートパソコンがいい。学校に持っていけるから。
じゃあ、これは？
それ高くない？
ノートの方が高いんだよ、普通。
小さくて安いのないかな？あ、これかわいい。軽いし。
それ、安いし、小さいけど、パソコンとしてはどうかな？
そうなの？便利そうだけど。女の人はどのパソコンがいいと言っていますか？
はい、じゃあ5番。Let's listen first and try to choose the correct answer. Let's go.
5番、
会社で男の人と女の人が話しています。女の人はどこに会議と書きますか？
鈴木さん、ちょっといいかな？
はい。
明日、会議あった？
明日ですか？13日ですね。
そう、そこに書いてあるんだけど、1時から。
1時は 私のノートには何もないです。
あ、会議は来週の木曜日だ。それ、直しておいてくれる？誰か間違えたんだね。
はい。女の人はどこに会議と書きますか？
はい。じゃあ、let's check the script and the explanation. So first of all, the scenario was 会社で男の人と女の人が話しています。So 会社 means company, right, or a factory. So at a company, at a factory, 男の人と女の人, a man and a woman 話しています。Right? They are talking. And then the question here is 女の人はどこに会議と書きますか？ Where will どこ Where will the woman 女の人は write 書きますか？会議 the meeting. So where in this board will the woman write the word 会議? Right? So as we are scanning in the picture, you see that is the month of June, ね、6月. And it has from the 10th until the 21st, right? And 2 weeks, because Saturday and Sunday is holiday for a company, basically. But yeah, so we have number 1, number 3, 2, and 4, right? So let's check first. The man says, Suzuki-san, ちょっといいかな? Right? Like calling Suzuki-san, right? ちょっといいかな here means, can you spare a moment, or can you come here for a moment, right? And then she says, はい, yes. And then he says, 明日会議あった? Like, do we have a meeting tomorrow? And then she says, 明日ですか? Tomorrow? 13日ですね. So here means that today is the 12th, right? Wednesday. So that means then that, number 1 might be the answer, correct? And then the man says, そう、そこに書いてあるんだけど. So he's pointing at the board now, right? So look, it's written in the board, 1時から, right? But in here it's written 11. So there's something off about this, right? And then she says, 1時は私のノートには何もないんです. Right? She's like, well, 1 o'clock on my notebook, there's nothing written, right? 何もないんです. There's nothing, right? And then the man says, あ、会議は来週の木曜日だ. So this is when he says the meeting is taking place. 来週 means next week. We know that today is the 12th, right? So next week means that then number 1, number 3 are out, right? 来週の木曜日, meaning that would be on the 20th at 11, right? And then he says, それ直しておいてくれる? Like this, referring to the mistake, right, on the board. 直して means 直す is the verb. 直す、直します、直さない、直して, which means to fix something, right? So fix in this case means to erase and write at the right place, right? 直しておいてくれる. So now the form ておく is to keep something in the verb, right? So like to keep it fixed, right? 直しておいてくれる. And then 誰か間違えたんだね. Like somebody wrote by mistake the wrong date, right? And then she says, はい. Like, I will do so. So back to the question, 女の人はどこに会議と書きますか? Where will the woman write? Right? The word 会議, which is when is the 会議, the meeting take place? And the answer would be number 2. 来週の木曜日 would be the answer. Okay? I hope you got it right. So let's listen one more time to the conversation before we move on.
5番、
会社で男の人と女の人が話しています。女の人はどこに会議と書きますか？
鈴木さん、 ちょっといいかな。
はい、
明日、会議、あった？
明日ですか？ 13 日ですね。
そう。そこに書いてあるんだけど、1時から。
1時は、私のノートには何もないです。
あ、会議は来週の木曜日だ。それ、直しておいてくれる？誰か間違えたんだね。
はい。女の人はどこに会議と書きますか？
はい、6番。じゃあ、first let's listen to the conversation and try to choose your answer. Let's go.
6番、
先生が教室で話しています。今日はどこから始めますか？はーい。じゃあ授業を始めますよ。今日は58ページからですね。
先生、56ページと57ページ、まだやってません。
ああ、そこ宿題でしたね。
はい。先週は55ページまででした。
じゃあ、その次からですね。宿題のページを開いて。今日はどこから始めますか？
Hi. Okay, so let's look at the script and the explanation. So the scenario first is 先生が教室で話しています。The teacher, sensei, 教室で in the classroom 話しています is talking. Right? So the teacher is talking in the classroom. The question is 今日はどこから始めますか？ Today, 今日はどこから from where 始めますか？ We will start. Okay, so first the teacher A says, Hi, じゃあ授業始めますよ meaning, okay, so we are starting today's class. 授業 means class, 始めます means 始める to start, right? And then she says from where they would be starting the class today, like in the textbook, which would be 今日は58ページからですね。Okay, so we are starting from page 58 today, telling her students to open the textbook on page 58, right? However, one of the students says, Sensei, 56ページと57ページまだやってません。meaning まだ means yet やっていません is we haven't done, right? やって is the verb やる、やります、やらない、やってません is the negative form, right? やってません we're not done yet. We haven't done page 56 and 57. And she wants to start from 58, right? And then she reminds herself, そこ宿題でしたね. Meaning, those pages. ね、そこ here refers to page 56 and 57. そこ宿題でしたね. Those pages were homework. 宿題 means homework, right? And then the student says, はい。先週は55ページまででした. Meaning that last week they didn't up to page 55, right? And then 56, 57 was homework. And then here's the answer. She says, じゃあ、その次からですね、宿題のページを開いて、so 宿題のページ open at the page of the homework, right? And here その次からですね、その次から、次 means next. So from the next sono means here is pointing at the gojugo page. This is a little bit tricky. But anyway, so gojugo page no sono tsugi kara means 56 page, right? So that is actually our answer, right? 今日はどこから始めますか? From which page are they starting today? その次からです。ね。55ページの次から the page next to the 55, which was also the page of the homework. ね? So today they will start from page 56. So let's listen one more time to the conversation before we move on to the last question.
6番、
先生が教室で話しています。今日はどこから始めますか？はーい。じゃあ授業を始めますよ。今日は58ページからですね。
先生、56ページと57ページ、まだやってません。
ああ、そこ宿題でしたね。
はい。先週は55ページまででした。
じゃあ、その次からですね。宿題のページを開いて。今日はどこから始めますか？
はい。じゃあ、let's listen first and then please choose your answers. So let's go.
7番、
女の人が冷蔵庫の話をしています。飲み物を早く冷たくしたいときはどこに入れますか？この新しい冷蔵庫にはドアが4つあります。広いところには大きな野菜などを入れてください。水やビール、ジュースなどの飲み物を早く冷たくして飲みたいときは、下の狭いところに入れるとすぐに美味しくなります。飲み物を早く冷たくしたいときはどこに入れますか？
はい。So let's look at the script for this one. So the situation was 女の人が冷蔵庫の話をしています。A woman 女の人冷蔵庫 fridge の話、a story ね about the fridge をしています。So 話をしています is talking about basically ね talking about a fridge. So basically this is more like a seller kind of, a shop advertisement. She's kind of introducing and selling a fridge. And the question here that we need to keep in mind is 飲み物を drinks, beverage 早く fast 冷たくしたい when you want to make it cold 時は the moment that you want to make it coldどこに入れますか where would you put it? So in a more natural translation would be when you wanna get a drink to be cold fast, where would you place it in the fridge? And then it's a very easy picture to scan. Basically you just know that you need is for answers choices and then which compartment of the fridge you would be putting the beverage in a way that they would get cold faster, right? But let's look at what she was saying. The first sentence that she says is この新しい冷蔵庫にはドアが4つあります。So this new この新しい this new fridge 冷蔵庫にはドアが doors 4つあります。There are 4 doors, right? So in this new fridge we have 4 doors. 広いところには in the big 広い means wide and big, right? So we could say that's number 2 here. 広いところには大きな野菜などを入れてください。入れてください。Please put, insert, in this case, keep vegetables. 野菜、ね、大きな野菜。So vegetable, big vegetables or anything that is big in size, please keep it in number 2, right? 広いところには。Then she moves on saying, 水やビール、ジュースなどの飲み物を早く冷たくして飲みたいときは、so this is her answer, right? 下の狭いところに入れるとすぐに美味しくなります。So here's a little bit quite long and tricky. So hopefully you are able to catch it all. But basically, let's go little by little. 水、water, ビール、beer, ジュース、 like juice, right? Nado, etc. No nomimono, drinks like that. Hayaku tsumetaku shite, if you want to make it cold fast, and drink, if you want to also drink, right? Nomitai, toki wa, when you have those moments. Shita no semai, this is the answer, guys. Shita no semai, shita, lower, semai is narrow, right? Small. Tokoro ni ireru to, if you put in that small, compartment, sugu ni, very fast, oishiku narimasu, will become good. So you see, it's tricky because it doesn't say hayaku tsumetaku narimasu. It just says oishiku narimasu. So here, oishiku narimasu actually means tsumetaku narimasu, okay? So it's a little bit tricky, but that's our answer right there. Where is the compartment that is the smallest, right? Number 3. Okay, so let's listen one more time and try to get the answer.
7番、
女の人が冷蔵庫の話をしています。飲み物を早く冷たくしたいときはどこに入れますか？この新しい冷蔵庫にはドアが4つあります。広いところには大きな野菜などを入れてください。水やビール、ジュースなどの飲み物を早く冷たくして飲みたいときは、下の狭いところに入れるとすぐに美味しくなります。飲み物を早く冷たくしたいときはどこに入れますか？
はい。And that's the end of this lesson. お疲れ様でした。I hope you guys enjoy and like this video. I will see you on the next one. We're going to be moving to the next part, okay? The questions will be a little bit different. Less pictures and it's more like basically just listening. I believe the next one is you listen to a phrase and then you have 3 options. So which one would you choose? I personally prefer the pictures, but some people prefer actually these other mondais that you have no pictures, so you fully focus on the listening. But we're gonna be doing that together on the next video. Okay, so I'll see you there. そうしましたらまた。バイバイ。